My walk this afternoon starts again at Tamarisk Farm, where it looks like they've got the farriers here. Yeah, just been shoeing some horses, I think. But I'm going to be back here later for the farm shop. Today, I'm going to show you a walk down to the sea that I don't think I've ever done with an Athona walking group. It starts by going back up the road from Tamarisk Farm. First thing to notice on my left, apart from the view of the sea, is the market garden with its neat rows of herbs and salad vegetables. I'll be buying some of those later on. But on up the road I go. Just a few minutes gentle walk uphill and we're leaving the houses of West Bexington behind. Just stop and have a sweep round. Car coming behind me. Show you the view of the sea where we're heading for later. And right in front of me, amazingly, completely dry pond. I say amazingly because it was such a wet winter. This would have been totally full just a few weeks ago. But things are drying out quite quickly. Where there's not vegetation to protect the ground and keep it moist, that's going to be part of the story of this walk. I'll move on now. You know, you could easily miss the footpath on the left, but here it is, and we start off downhill now towards the sea. Watch my footing on this first bit, it's a little bit steep. Just imagine a path like this continuing for some distance ahead. A couple of minutes further on down and the vegetation to my left has opened out. It rather looks as if a fallen tree has blocked the path here, but no, that's just a first impression. The path has always gone over stile into the field, and we'll be walking down the side of this field. Just a couple of horses right up at the top of the field, but no other animals that I can see at the moment. Last time I was here, as I crossed this stile, I found there was a deer just down the edge of the field, but I doubt I'll be lucky enough to see him again in the same spot today. Nope, nobody there. Down at the bottom of the corner of the field, we continue south on a footpath that now has young woodland either side. Still see there the protection round one of the trees from when it was a sapling. And all this woodland was planted, quite conscious effort to increase the woodland here by the family who farm this land and from whom I'll be buying some vegetables later on. But thanks to the planting of the trees, this area is nothing like as dried out as the fields above. Because when you have trees, the ecosystem alters a bit. And so there's a sense of just a comfortable moistness in the air here. It's a rather charming path. But churned up underneath because it's a bridleway obviously used by people on horseback. And the farmers do some of their work on horseback rather than tractors and buggies. Carrying on to the south. After another section down the side of a field, we get to this gate, and this marks the boundary of a small nature reserve just behind the beach. It's rather lovely, and if I'd come down here a week ago, there were plenty of sheep and lambs lying right close to the gate here. But they seem to have moved or been moved. Can't hear the sound of sheep or lambs anywhere near. Anyway, the path doesn't go through the reserve. We go along the side of the field here, and then we'll turn right, turn south again in a couple of 100 yards. Just crossing a stile and then a dry stream bed. Turned towards the sea again, and this is a point where you need a little bit of local knowledge, because on the left is a grassy bank. At least it looks just like a grassy bank. Climb up, and it's a beautiful wildlife pond. See a swallow there, ducks, coots, oh, geese over the far side with goslings behind them. See if I can change the magnification. There they are, the geese. Often there'd be a couple of swans on this pond as well. Just going to walk round. See what's to be seen at the other end. Well, looks like the swans aren't here at the moment. While we're here, just have a look back up at the village. Some of the houses of West Bexington. Going down the hill, you can see a large polytunnel there at the top of the field. That's used for sheep and for lambing, and then after they've helped fertilise it, it's also used for growing things like tomatoes, I believe. Almost on the last lap of this walk to the sea, so more further on along the side of the lake. I should say this wildlife pond was quite deliberately put here again by the farmers, dug it out, and it's here for biodiversity. And a few years ago, sadly, they had to drain the whole pond because somebody had released some koi carp into it, and koi carp, given the chance, eat everything else. They had multiplied, nothing else seriously was surviving in the pond, and the whole thing had to be drained to remove the carp and let it be the biodiverse place it is now. Onward to the beach. Here's another entrance to the nature reserve with the reeds behind the field there, and this little gate gives access to the final length of path before we reach the shingle. Should have warned you the gate was so squeaky. If I'd known, I might have done. Keeping an eye open just in case there'd be adders sunning themselves on the ground on a day like this, but I've not seen anything. Walking between reeds now. Phragmites, the common reed. Across a tiny bridge. Careful where the planks were missing. And up the beach. It's a lovely day, tiny bit breezy. Going just far enough to see where small waves are breaking. All along the beach, westward towards Athona and West Bay and down beyond to Devon. Going back the other way. You'll perhaps see the orange life belts there on the edge of the car park at West Bexington, but a car park that's completely blocked off at the moment, no traffic at all. I'm going to walk to that car park, then back up the hill to the farm, but I think this is far enough for the recording.